Until 1954, the Whadjuk Aboriginal people of the Noongar region could not step back on their land without white permission, and when they could, they found concrete and steel built on ceremonial grounds and noisy roadways crossing over once tranquil home bushland. In 1927 on Boorloo, now known as Perth, Western Australia, a proclamation was released by Governor-Colonel Sir William Robert Campion on behalf of A.O. Neville, Chief Protector of Aborigines from 1915 to 1940. A.O. Neville, known more so by his real-life depiction in the true film Rabbit-Proof Fence, was a British-born administrator who implemented assimilation policies by forcibly removing mixed-descent children from families to institutions, aiming to eliminate Aboriginality through controlled breeding and cultural suppression. Neville circulated enforcement notices to police, authorizing them to accost individuals, demand explanations for presence, and arrest those without employment proof, or has issued notes for exemptions. Claimed as protective in the interests of the Aborigines, the policy actually arose from eugenics-driven racism, rooted in white supremacist ideologies that classified Aboriginal people as biologically inferior, with full-blood individuals doomed to extinction and half-castes requiring absorption into white society to dilute black blood through intermarriage, preventing racial contamination, and enforcing a hierarchy where indigenous cultures were deemed primitive and unworthy of preservation, justifying mass child removals, labor exploitation, and spatial controls as civilizing measures. The notice read in part,
"The City of Perth has been declared a prohibited area under Section 39 of the Aborigines Act of 1905. Aborigines found loitering in the city will be accosted by the police and possibly arrested if they cannot explain their presence in town or are not in lawful employment. Any native, however, who is in lawful employment or on a holiday, can always obtain a note from me to that effect while in the city."
And further endorsed by Governor William Robert Campion.
By His Excellency Colonel Sir William Robert Campion, Knight Commander of the Most Distinguished Order of St. Michael and St. George, DSO, Governor in and over the state of Western Australia and its dependencies in the Commonwealth of Australia. Whereas by Section 39 of the Aborigines Act 1905, the Governor may by proclamation whenever in the interests of the Aborigines he thinks fit declare any municipal district or town or any other place to be an area in which it shall be unlawful for Aborigines or half-castes not in lawful employment to be or remain. Now therefore I, the said Governor, by and with the advice of the Executive Council, do hereby declare the City of Perth to be an area in which it shall be unlawful for Aborigines or half-castes not in lawful employment to be or remain.
The monopoly on this notice is that Aboriginal people were rarely employed by white people in the city, with any employment more so under slave labor, and the idea of Aboriginal people simply being on a holiday in that period is laughable under the full state controls of Aboriginal people everywhere. The truth of this, and all such similar policies around Australia, was simply wanting to kill, or imprison, or remove Aboriginal tribes from any prime land, to place them in remote locations expecting them to die out or be bred out. And to this day, many Australians still ignorantly yell and scream at Aboriginal people to go back to the bush, not comprehending that every townsite and city is the home of the relevant Aboriginal tribes of those locations.